The mid lane right now, Nisha sitting on 15 and 1 CS. As we can see, a little action top lane. Faith Beyond taking the brunt of the damage here. Chrysalis still with the Starbreaker, will fully connect, and that looks like first blood goes the way of Secret in this game number 1.
This is just such a good carry against Enigma in lane. So what generally does well... Oh, this is gonna... I hope we're not gonna hear this every time they get a kill. I listened to you enough already.
Sorry about that.
Why did you have to make that one?
Have to try to compete with slacks, you know?
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah. Splitter Earth does connect
Really
from
good
Nisha.
stuff.
Nothing to say. In a bit of trouble. Gets off his shield crash, pops the Fairy Fire, will survive. But you can see the CS, I mean, pretty even overall. Would you say that this is kind of expected, Lesh versus Pango?
Yeah, I think it is ultimately slightly Leshrac favored because you have that range advantage and you're just going to spam out the harass. A lot of what ends up happening in this lane, I think, comes down to whether you can ensure that you get the 4-minute water rune on Pango. He might not even get the chance here. Nisha going, okay, that was a bit too crazy. But he's really trying to bully NTS out of lane here and ensure that he gets the water runes. If there is a rotation coming in now from Puppey, which I think there will be, who's, by the way, in classic Puppey style, jungling minute 3 on his Crystal Maiden.
Yep.
For value, obviously, Dawnbreaker, one of the best carries in lane against Enigma, so doesn't need too much help. He can kill the Eidolons on his own with his 2 spells. And PSG.LGD will be the ones to ensure both water runes. Actually, a bit surprising that Puppey didn't come down here at all to try to help Nisha out, because I think now the mid lane is more or less going to equalize with the resources that Nothing to Say is going to have coming in now.
There is still a bounty rune for Nisha to pick up right now as well, and it did cost them a little bit of I mean, they're rotating in to help him out, but I mean, like you said, frostbiting those creeps in the jungle. Yummy, yummy for Mr. Puppey.
To the impurities.
Closing in on level 3. Probably going to see him skill the Arcane Aura. I'm curious about his build. Puppey, I think, is one of the Crystal Maiden players historically that's been the happiest about maxing out Aura just to try to dominate the side lanes by giving them that extra influx of mana. Yes, there will be the level 3 point. Pretty standard to go 1-1-1. It's going to be telling what he does from here on out, because I think there's also a lot of good things to be said about especially the Crystal Nova in this game. It's a good spell against the Lone Druid. It's a reliable, strong, slow. Use that as a setup for a secondary stun, and then Leshrac with the 3rd stun.
Oh, but Snowball in onto the mid lane. Nisha already at half HP. Here comes Nothing to Say with the Rolling Thunder, with a big Solar Guardian coming in as well as Crystal is trying to focus down Jin Q. They'll be successful eventually. Nothing to Say has to roll away, so rotations from both sides ends up netting Secret the kill on the Tusk.
This is something Secret's lineup has in spades, actually. They don't necessarily have the best setup. You only really have the Nyx that's going to initiate moves, but you have so much counter-engage. You have the Dawn ult, you have Global Silence, you have Spike Carapace. If the enemy team is the one making a move on you, and you have your spells ready, you got to be very wary as LGD about how you initiate moves, and yep, that was a nice punish. They have a little bit of space away from this Dawn.
Secret find Ame. Zayats gets off the Impale, but see the ult coming out from the Lone Druid as Nisha's here with the Pulse Nova. Y gets off a nice poison touch. Nice blocks coming out from Zayats, but the Grave comes out as well. It's Nothing to Say is coming to try to help out his comrade, but oh, he actually does TP out just barely enough HP, and Nisha and company have to hightail away, but Nisha gets blocked by the Ice Shards. Split Earth only hits on 1. You can see Resolution trying to help him out. He actually dodges the swashbuckler. Jin Q will be one to fall. Another guy from this round has Nothing to Say as well. So it ends up being a 2-for-1 as Secret looked like they were going to lose out on that engagement, but a nice turnaround and a great voice line from Resolution. Perfect timing.
I love that movement from Nisha in that moment, by the way. It's one of those situations where Pango has an expectation of, okay, Lesh is going to retreat in this angle. Nisha just ran into them, and he took some of the swashbuckle damage, but Pango couldn't connect afterwards because he jumped across to the other side, expecting Nisha to be running away. And that means they don't have that damage in the tank to finish him off, and he will in turn just kill off, I believe it was the Tusk, and then, you know, Pango finds himself in a very compromised position as well afterwards. Worth noting, by the way, Resolution's not skilling global yet. He's level 7. He's 4-1-2 build, so I thought we were going to see the global silence as a solution to some of this aggressive movement that LGD can make, but doesn't consider it worth it and contest the area. But yeah,
Nothing to Say, he gets stunned right out of the gates. They don't even need the Solar Guardian. There's Nisha, nets the kill with the Split Earth. 4K lead for Secret now.
They are absolutely destroying.
Starting to run away with it as you see Puppey's ult come out after the Frostbite, and Zayats is here with another Impale Starbreaker to finish off Jin Q.
Too late on the Grave there from Y. Kind of uncommon that he doesn't get that off in time. Yeah, Secret are crushing them right now. Just move after move. That's something that this Radiant lineup struggles with. If Pango is not having a good game, there are ways of initiation. What do you have? You have the Tusk who can maybe set it up. He just reached level 6. the supports of LGD have been massively underleveled this game. You're finding both of them finding their 6s at like 13 minutes. Compare that to Secrets, right? Zayats is now level 8, Puppy's level 7 and a bit, so way ahead from these early successful moves. And I think it's just too integral for if you're the one setting the agenda. You're really happy.
Looking to tank the gank. Oh, the Global Silence is giving us some cover, and the Solar Guardian coming in as well. Jin2 is just punished right off the bat. Beautiful play from Secret as they just shut that smoke gank down immediately. Zayat's looking for more.
Oh, this could be big. They don't have
a Solar Guardian.
Yeah. Dropped everything. Still trying.
On the Vendetta first. Actually gets the Impale as well. Crystallis is here with the huge Starbreaker, and down goes Ame. Secret starting to really run away with this.
You're going to have a word with Resolution after this game. This is getting out of hand.
I'm going to have to give him some more money, I think. Yeah, he's doing a great job.
Yeah.
Speaking of Resolution, he has the Falcon Blade into 4 steps. We're going to see a Starbreaker again come out. Faith/Beyond caught out. Wrong side here. Zayat stuck inside the Ice Shards. Nothing to say. He's going to be blocked up by said Ice Shards. And the 4 step that we just talked about from Resolution coming into play already. 7K lead for Secret. They're looking very good for them. And again, I mean, if you have a big enough lead, then taking Roche isn't that hard, considering like you just get a pick off or 2 and then you can just take it. But I feel...
Yeah, I think ideally what they want to do is once Global Silence and the Donald have come out, you want to smoke and make your own move, right? Because that's one moment in time where you can initiate something without the fear of just getting immediately globally countered. But they're not managing to do that right now. They have about 30 seconds to go if they did want to make a rotation, but Secret are very firmly planted in the bottom half of the map while LGD are in the top, so they're not going to find anything, and that just means that minute 18, Secret are just ready to rock and roll again. And it's hard to see the path for LGD to initiate fight, so maybe you just need to, again, slow things down, farm it up. But what's
Wraith packed inside as Nisha seems to have a decent idea that this is happening. He's just going to walk right in with the Split Arc. Gets off the Pulse Nova and the Bloodstone ahead of him. The Soul Guardian on the outskirts as Zayats gets stunned. But nothing to say, already gets off his Rolling Thunder. But a huge Starbreaker. Crystallis deletes Faith/Beyond. Jin2 starting to get quite low as Puppy's the first to fall for Secret. So it's a 1-for-1. He's going to buy back into the game though. Double kill from Crystallis coming out as well. And Nisha pretty much out of mana, but it's just enough to take out Ame. And now Y and company from LGD have to get the hell out of here as Secret will likely get the Roche.
Yeah, maybe Secret kind of let them do that.
Yeah, that's true.
That's its Facebook status. It's complicated. All right, nice Carapace.
Beautiful setup. Split Earth to follow, and the Impale again. Nothing to say is dead, and that's Secret. Man,
you got to be so careful about this as Pango. You kind of need to weigh the pros and cons of using Swashbuckle like this, because you could obviously Swashbuckle toward your own base with the damage, right? But he wanted to get a little bit of value poke out of it. Gets Carapace and gets killed. So you gotta second guess yourself a lot of the time with your Pango instincts when you are playing against this hero and it's missing, because you never know when you're gonna connect on that Carapace and you're just getting
Oh, Impale set up onto Faith/Beyond with the Solar Guardian, but a nice Tusk Snowball mitigates a lot of it as Crystal popped BKB a little bit prematurely. Starbreak doesn't really connect very well, but they still have the damage, it looks like, to take out Faith/Beyond. And Jin2 is next on the list, so despite the Secret initiation not going as planned, I mean, with this kind of a lead, it doesn't really matter sometimes.
It's just such a strong position for their lineup to play on this high ground, right? And you're seeing again Faith/Beyond, he's just holding Blackpool, he can't use it. So the impact of this hero very, very minimal so far in this game, considering what we've seen from Enigma earlier in the tournament. Secret seems to have a very good understanding of how to solve it. Looks like Y will also finding a quick way back to base. As Grave.
Yeah.
Okay, he kind of juked them by running in a line.
Sometimes it's the hardest path to follow. Okay.
That is really impressive that he found a way out of that.
On the other side of the map, though, Jin2 gets off the initiation. Already has his shard as Zayats gets off the Impale, as Nisha has to walk his way around, but looks like Jin2 is likely to fall. He's getting healed up, though. And still the Aegis in line for Nisha, so he is not scared. Eventually, Jin2 goes down, and there's the stun follow-up. And Nisha, they're looking for the bear. That's all the damage that Ame has. I mean, again, Lightning Storm down. He's going to continue on now. They're looking for a full team-wipe potentially. Global Silence is there. Nisha just hedging his bets. GG is called. And Secret completely stomped game number 1. Not what we were expecting, but Secret off to an amazing